And the movie on the review table today is the Hollywood superhero film Supergirl. Reboots are rarely judged on ambition alone. They are measured by execution. With Supergirl 2026, DC Studios continues its bold attempt to redefine its cinematic universe, delivering the second official entry in the DCU. Directed by Craig Gillespie and written by Ana Noguera, the film stars Milly Alcock as Kara Zor-El, supported by David Corenswet and Jason Momoa. Produced by Peter Safran and James Gunn, Supergirl faces the daunting challenge of honoring decades of comic book mythology while convincing audiences that this new era of DC storytelling has truly found its identity. Supergirl 2026 finally landed in theaters on June 26th, and after watching it yesterday, I came away with the same disappointment I felt after Superman starring David Corenswet. Despite the hype surrounding James Gunn's claim that this was one of the strongest scripts in the new DC universe, the final product is, unfortunately, another frustratingly underwhelming entry. If this is the standard the DCU is aiming for, there is genuine cause for concern. I'll keep this review as spoiler-free as possible, so those who haven't seen the film can still experience it for themselves. The story follows Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, as she crosses paths with Ruthie Mary Knoll, the sole survivor of a family slaughtered by the ruthless Krem of the Yellow Hills. Although Kara initially refuses to help Ruthie seek revenge, circumstances change when Krem steals her ship and critically poisons Krypto. With only days left to save her loyal companion, Supergirl embarks on a desperate pursuit across the galaxy to recover the antidote, reluctantly allowing Ruthie to join her. Their journey leads them to the planet Bilquis, where they uncover Krem's brutal crimes, encounter dangerous space pirates, and receive unexpected assistance from the infamous bounty hunter, Lobo. At its core, the entire film can be summed up in a single sentence. A forgettable villain poisons Krypto, prompting Supergirl to embark on a galaxy-spanning quest for the antidote, while reluctantly helping a grieving child seek revenge. That's the story. Everything that follows is little more than a parade of lifeless set pieces, generic science fiction tropes, and painfully uninspired storytelling that feels entirely unworthy of a theatrical release. Rather than presenting Kara Zor-El as a compelling or inspiring protagonist, the film repeatedly leans into scenes of her getting drunk and drifting aimlessly, seemingly mistaking self-destructive behavior for meaningful character development. The filmmakers clearly aim for emotional depth and a more introspective take on the superhero genre, but the execution is astonishingly shallow. What should have been a layered character study instead collapses into a tedious, incoherent, and emotionally hollow narrative. This has become an increasingly frustrating pattern for DC Studios and Warner Bros. Under James Gunn's creative direction. Instead of delivering memorable, emotionally resonant superhero cinema, they continue to churn out formulaic, tonally confused, and creatively uninspired films that mistake quirky humor and eccentricity for substance. Compared with the stronger narrative focus and character-driven storytelling that has defined many of Marvel Studios' best outings, Supergirl feels disappointingly derivative, dramatically weightless, and ultimately forgettable. Kara Zor-El's character arc is astonishingly underdeveloped. She never truly evolves into the inspiring, emotionally compelling hero the film desperately needs. While the script repeatedly reaches for emotional weight, it never earns it, leaving Milly Alcock stranded with material that consistently undermines her performance. She does everything she can, but no actor can elevate a script this weak or overcome such a muddled creative vision for the DC universe. Ironically, the film's most engaging character isn't Supergirl, it's Jason Momoa's Lobo. His charisma, screen presence, and unapologetic energy dominate every scene he's in, to the point where Supergirl often feels like a Lobo movie that accidentally sidelined its own title character. Momoa is the film's only genuine source of entertainment. Remove him, and what's left is a painfully generic, emotionally hollow superhero film that quickly fades from memory. The technical shortcomings are equally baffling. The cinematography and lighting are surprisingly poor for a blockbuster of this scale, often resembling amateurish filmmaking seen in Nollywood rather than a major studio production. Several scenes are plagued by basic lighting mistakes, with key lights positioned behind the actors while the camera faces them, creating distracting silhouettes that obscure facial expressions instead of enhancing the mood. These aren't isolated missteps, they recur throughout the film, raising serious questions about the visual direction and quality control behind the production. Before I wrap up, I have to address the film's biggest failure, its villain. Krem is astonishingly bland, painfully underwritten, and so devoid of menace or personality that he becomes almost impossible to remember the moment the credits roll. Every scene feels like an imitation of better villains, as though the character is desperately trying to channel the chaotic unpredictability of the Joker while borrowing the cold intensity of a classic Robert De Niro performance. Instead, he ends up as neither, just another generic antagonist with no identity of his own. In the end, Supergirl is yet another disappointing addition to James Gunn's DC universe. It squanders a talented cast, wastes an iconic heroine, and never justifies its place on the big screen. Ironically, the film comes alive whenever Jason Momoa's Lobo appears, making it feel as though the wrong character was given top billing. Had the story centered on Lobo instead, it might have been a far more entertaining experience. From where I stand, James Gunn's vision for the DC universe is heading in the wrong direction. Instead of building a cinematic universe with compelling stories and memorable characters, these films increasingly feel like creatively unfocused projects that struggle to capture the scale, emotion, and lasting impact audiences expect from DC's legendary heroes. And now for my rating. Supergirl scores an annoying 3 out of 10. I'm definitely trashing this. Drowned in empty spectacle and crippled by lifeless storytelling, this is a film with no emotional core, no narrative cohesion, and no lasting impact. It fumbles nearly every opportunity it creates, collapsing under the weight of its own creative shortcomings from beginning to end. Behind the mask, we see all. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon for notifications. Also, be sure to follow me on TikTok, WhatsApp channel, and Instagram at Dominus Cinephile for more movie and TV series reviews. Dominus Cinephile, signing out.